Hello and welcome to Easy Education. I am Ritu Patra and today we will begin a new series that is polity, and today we will study about the making of Constitution of India, right? So let's see. First of all, we should know what is a constitution, why we need a constitution, right? So first of all, let's see what is a constitution. The constitution is the fundamental law of a country which reflects the fundamental principle on which the government of that country is based, right? It is the framework and principal function of various organs of the government as well as the modalities interaction between the government and its citizens. So constitution is a supreme law of a country, right? And that reflects the fundamental principle of the country by which the country will govern, and it is the mediator between the government and the citizen also, right? Next, see. So the idea to have a constitution was first given by Eamon Roy. This is frequently asked in competitive exam. Most repeated question, you should remember it. The idea to have a constitution was first given by Eamon Roy. Okay. Next, Constitution of India is the world's largest written constitution. Okay, of any sovereign country of the world. Next, see what is the purpose to have a constitution. Let's see the objective. The objective of the constitution is to evolve a certain type of political culture that is based on the values enshrined or written in the constitution and guided by institutions established under the constitution. So the main purpose of making constitution is to maintain political and social order of the country, right? And that is maintained by few institutions. Which institutions are made under the constitution? Okay, let's see next. So the framing of the constitution, now you will study. So India is a vast country. There are several caste, creed, religion and different culture also, so variety. So that's why making a constitution was not a cakewalk. So our national leaders decided to form a constituent assembly, and this was the brainchild of the cabinet mission plan. That was the cabinet mission plan was come from Britain, and this is the brainchild of the Prime Minister of Britain, Clement Attlee, this time, right? And who it also repeated frequently that who were the member of the cabinet mission plan. So we should know that also. They are Sir Patrick Lawrence, Sir Stafford Cripps, and A.V. Alexander, right? So this is most repeated question. You should remind this also. Okay. So the three members are Sir Stafford Cripps, Sir Patrick Lawrence, and A.V. Alexander. And the mission came in February of 1946, right? After the next, see, the assembly consisted of 389 members, okay, and each members represent among them 292 members represent for the provinces, 93 members represent for the princely state, and 3 members represent for the chief commissioner provinces, okay, and 1 member represent for the Baluchistan province. Okay, next, see, next. The assembly held its first meeting on 9th December 1946. So the assembly's first meeting was held on 9th December 1946, and it elected its first chairman, Dr. Sachidananda Sinha. This is also very most repeated question, that who is the first chairman of Constituent Assembly? So Dr. Sachidananda Sinha, the oldest member of the assembly, as the provincial president. Okay. Then next, on December 11th, 1946, the assembly elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as its permanent chairman. So first elected chairman of the Constituent Assembly is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. This is also most repeated question in a competitive exam. Then next, who is the vice chairman of Constituent? Who is the first vice chairman of Constituent Assembly? That is also Mr. H.C. Mukherjee. So Mr. H.C. Mukherjee was elected as the vice chairman of Constituent Assembly, right? Then next, Sir B.N. Rao appointed as the constitutional advisor to the assembly. So who was the constituent advisor? Sir B.N. Rao, correct? Next, the strength of the assembly was reduced to 299. Why? It's reduced after the partition of the country, because the Muslim League member left after the partition of the country, and before the partition it was 389. Okay. So next, the assembly set up a drafting committee on 29 August 1947. Okay, and you should remember also Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of this committee, right? And how much time it took to form the constitution finally? So obviously it was a huge constitution, it's a large constitution, so it took 2 years 11 months and 18 days. This is also very important point for your exam. 2 years 11th month and 18 days to finalize the constitution. Okay, then objective resolution. Who passed the objective resolution? This is also important. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, and so he presented the objective resolution in the first session of the Constitution Assembly on 23rd December of 1946, right? But the Constitution resolution also adopted after the debate session in the Assembly on 22nd January of 1947. It first come before the Assembly on 23rd December and it accepted on 22nd January of 1947. Correct? Next thing. The Constitution Assembly appointed a drafting committee, already we read it, on 29th August 1947. This is also an important point, when the drafting committee appointed. So the Constituent Assembly appointed the drafting committee on 29th August of 1947. And who was the chairman? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. And he submitted a draft constitution. First of all, he constituted a draft constitution when? On 21st February of 1948. Correct? Then, at that time, constitution adopted on 26th November of 1949. And that time, constitution contained a preamble and 395 articles, 18 parts and 8 schedules. Okay, but right now there are 448 articles, okay, 12 schedule, 25 parts, and till now there are 104 amendment also, right? So this is very important for your exam, that how many article in the constitution at present and in the past also. In the past it was 395 article, 18 parts and 8 schedule, and right now it has 12 schedule, 25 article parts and 448 articles, right? So the constitution came into force on 26 January 1950. Why we choose this date only 26 January? Because on that day the Purna Swaraj Day was celebrated. On that was celebrated in 1930. The resolution was passed in Lahore session of Indian National Congress in 1929, right? That's why we choose this day, 26 January. Correct? Next. Now we will learn about the different sources of the constitution. Our national leaders read all the important constitution of the world, and they filter out from them and selected the best part of it for our country. Okay, so first of all, the much influence we see in our constitution is obviously the United Kingdom's constitution. So we took the idea from UK. First, the parliamentary system, and second, rule of law, third, law-making procedure, and fourth, single citizenship also taken from UK. Bicameralism, the two bicameralism means the upper house and the lower house. This idea is also taken from UK. Okay, and sixth, court of record. This is also taken from UK or the Britain. Next, USA. We took so many ideas from USA constitution, right? So first, preamble. Second, independence of judiciary. Third, fundamental rights. This is very, very important because frequently asked in your competitive exam that fundamental rights is taken from which constitution. So you have to say that the fundamental rights are borrowed from USA constitution, right? And the preamble also. Then fourth, removal of judges of Supreme Court is taken from USA only. Okay. Then fifth, president as executive head, because we know all that our president is the nominal head of our country, right? And then 6, vice president as its official chairman of upper house, that is Rajya Sabha, right? So vice president is the official chairman of Rajya Sabha. That idea is also taken from USA Constitution, right? Next Canada. So what we took from Canada's constitution, that is federal system with strong center. We all know that India has a federal system, but the center is more powerful than the state. Okay, and next, division of powers and power sharing with the center and state is also taken from Canada. Third, appointment of state governor by the center is also taken from Canada. Advisory jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. So the jurisdiction of advisory is also taken of the Supreme Court is also taken from Canada. And the election commission. The idea to have an election commission is also taken from Canada only. Next, Ireland, Republic of Ireland. What we took from Republic of Ireland? First, DPSP, that is Directive Principle of State Policy, is taken from Ireland. Second, election procedure of the president is also taken from Ireland. And third, nomination of members of upper house is taken from Ireland also. Okay, next, what we took from Australia? The concurrent list and the federal judiciary system is taken from Australia. Okay, now France. What we took from France? The republic system and the ideas of liberty, equality and fraternity. This is also taken from France. And we can see these words in the preamble also. Now, Union of South Africa. What we took from the Constitution of South Africa? The amendment of the Constitution. So the amendment procedure of the Constitution is also borrowed from South Africa. Okay, and the election of members of Rajya Sabha is also taken from South Africa. Now, what we took from Russia? It was former USSR, United States of Soviet Russia, but now it is split and now it is Russia. What we took from Russia? Fundamental duties. Second, the planning commission. And third, the idea of justice included in the preamble is also taken from Russia. Okay, next, Weimar Constitution of Germany. What we took from Germany? Suspension of fundamental rights during the emergency is taken from Germany. Okay, then last but not the least, we took so many acts from the Government of India Act 1935. Okay, first, the federal scheme. Second, the office of the governor. And third, the power of federal judiciary. Okay, so these are all for this session. I will bring back with a new session. So till then, stay well, take care, keep study. If you like my series, so do like, share and subscribe my channel. And thank you. Thanks for watching the video.